I remember when I was in middle school that if you were involved in band, all the band directors would talk about how wonderful Southwest was. The reputation of Southwest in the band field was they would get ones, sweepstakes across UIL. Their marching program was top in Fort Worth. And I thought, hey, that'd be cool to be in marching band, because in a middle school, you're like, what's marching band? Like, you don't know what it is. And when you join it, it's actually pretty fun. And third of all, I remember hearing the band directors talk about certain students, how wonderful, talented they are on their instruments. Like they would give certain numbers, like 22 made the region band, or 30 made the region band, even 12 made the all-state band, which is amazing when you think about as a middle school, you're one of the top players in the state. And little do you know that they're just in the neighborhood as you. I was timid at first because I wasn't used to the environment. But eventually, after they start getting nicer to you, your heart just starts opening up and you just feel like part of the family naturally. Like, I didn't have to fight it. Like, usually I'm the kind of type that like, well, what are you doing? Like, I don't really know you that well. Like, I have to know you for a couple weeks to start trusting you. But you could just tell right away that the first impression the high schoolers made when I was in ninth grade, you could tell that they were wonderful people, that you could trust them with anything. Like, you didn't have to know them for weeks, you could know them for minutes, and you could feel like your best friends. I remember trying out for a region band as a freshman. I competed against other freshmen at the time, and I got second chair in the freshman band. So I was very proud of myself, and the band directors were very proud of me too. Like, they praised me for a while because they thought I'd be a really good player. And I fed off that energy they were providing me because I never felt that I was a good enough player. But they helped me realize that I was a good player. And so I just continued to practice and practice to try to impress them, to show them that this is only the beginning, because there's only so much more I can do. Now, since if they keep supporting me, who knows what I could do? Because the band directors here teach you to keep fighting, strive forward, and don't give up if results don't end up your way. It just teaches you to come back even stronger as a person. And eventually, it starts building your character to being a hardworking person, responsible, because you have a curfew with the band. You have to be here at a certain time. So it teaches you how to be responsible, keep your grades up, helps build responsibility, and honor with all the band directors trying to help you set rules that you have to follow, and that if you can follow it and you know if it's right or wrong, it helps you build a better character inside yourself.
Whenever I was a sophomore, that was when my issues started at home, and it really did affect me as a person and a player. Emotionally, I was torn apart, and I didn't really know what to do. I felt depressed and lost, really, and I really didn't know where to turn. And I continued to come to school, and my grades were dropping. I took different paths to try to help myself feel better, and nothing really worked. And I talked to Mr. Dunn, and I told him my issues. I told him what I was going through. I told him how I was losing faith in myself and others, and I don't know, I was just blaming myself and the world for my loss. And Mr. Dunn he had talked to me, and he'd really helped me and guided me through. He became like a father figure, really, and I told him my problems and stuff, and there were nights where I was in his office and I would sometimes just cry, and he would listen to whatever I had to say, because there were some nights where I didn't have anywhere to stay. I had to stay at a hotel, and it was really hard, and I just wanted to stay at the band hall, because band hall was like, if you talk to most of the kids here, they'd say the band hall is like a second home to them. It really is, because the band kids are like family to all of us, and we're always there for each other. It helped me emotionally, and it helped me to the point where I wanted to work harder and strive and be better at my instrument, and that's probably really what made me what player I am today. That downfall brought me up. Mr. Dunn, and then even my peers helped me through it. And I loved band, and that's really, whenever I was in band, I felt everything was perfect. I had this little feeling where I was like, nothing can go wrong here. And then I went to the other part of the school, and then I was like, I just want to go to band, then jazz band. It's like you take your medication in the morning, then you take your medication in the evening. And it was good, and I loved having practice, I loved practicing, and it was really my getaway from all these issues. And the directors also were there that helped me, and it really meant a lot to me.
There's a lot more to band than just marching around in a uniform and just playing your instrument. There's things that go far beyond the uniform, such as being a part of a family that a lot of people don't experience, being a part of a team, and working towards a goal with a lot of other people that have the same goal. And also, you do a lot of activities that a lot of people don't expect as far as being in band. They think it's just a bunch of work and all that stuff, but there's a lot of benefits, such as doing things outside of band that brings you a lot closer to each other. In band, we do like several fun things. We go on different trips and all that stuff. As far as going to places out of state, we don't just stay in Texas when it comes to band trips. We go all across the country, such as going to New York, Chicago, even like Disney World and stuff. Those are like really exciting trips that a lot of kids don't have other opportunities to do when they're not in band. Marching band during the football season is so fun because you get to dance in the stands and have a good time with friends. At first it's kind of nervous because you're scared to dance and have a good time, but when you see other upperclassmen and seniors and stuff and they're dancing around acting crazy, you have no choice but to interact with them because you don't care who's watching, you're having a good time, and that gets the crowd to have a good time, and the football team has a good time. So it's really fun dancing around and just acting silly because you don't really normally do it anywhere else but in band. Being selected homecoming queen was a great experience because it allows the student body to realize the potential that band students have. We had so many students on homecoming court this year that made it to the final countdown, and to be the actual homecoming queen, that shows that the student body truly respects the band students, and the band students have a really positive impact on the student body. Over the 4 years, I don't feel like I would have made such a family in high school if I hadn't been in band. There's not a closer family that I've ever experienced in a school setting than being in band. The memories that I've made, having fun, and learning about different people and learning how to work with different people has just been completely amazing over the 4 years, and it's something that I'll truly miss when I graduate. It's just been amazing this entire time.
They should feel comfortable here because we're the best people in the school. We're considered the good kids, and I know that we live up to that expectation because people look to the band if they want to see the positive side of the school, and that's very true in our situation. All the students you see in this band hall and that the 8th graders will see in this band hall are top of the line people that they can trust and that they can just hang out with, be best friends, because when they come to high school they might not know as many people as I did in middle school, but if they join the band, they're going to instantly know 100+ more people that are going to care about them, be friendly towards them, and respect them.